My name is Joseph Benavidez, and I've been in the flyweight division since the beginning.
Joseph Benavidez!
I was the first person to get a win in the flyweight division, first person to get a knockout, first title fight. Eight years later, after ups and downs, I'm fighting Davidson Figueiredo for the flyweight title February 29th.
Creep that speed up, creep that speed up. Let's go. Push it, let's go. Excellent game training.
Welcome. The Performance Institute has been a revival in my career. Show business, guys, show business, you know?
Yeah.
You walk into an incredible facility, you know, you greet everybody. What's up, man?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, should be good. You know, you maybe get whatever pre-workout or anything you need. It was also there for me when I tore my ACL. If I was doing that recovery somewhere else, I might have not came back strong enough to now be in this title fight.
3 years ago, Joe came to us freshly off of an ACL repair surgery. We started in on the rehab process, myself with our director of physical therapy, Heather Linden. We gave him little benchmarks and things to hit throughout that process that kept him mentally engaged throughout that whole thing. And I think for him, it just helped that time fly by.
I can walk faster than this.
You're good.
I'm just like... You know how to fight, you're not gonna get tougher, but all the little things like having the food, the help, the people that literally have your best interest in mind every single day for conditioning, rehab, recovery. You know, at 35 years old, that's the stuff that is important.
So basically on the warm-up, we're just getting Joe above 100 beats per minute, roughly 5 minutes, just to get some blood flowing before we do some more of his prep work leading into his workout. Yep, there you go, Joe. You look good, man. Joseph is reaching the midpoint of his fight camp. Today, as far as his S&C, we're doing some continuous aerobic work. Some of it on a very low intensity scale, some of it's gonna get a little bit on the higher end of the scale. We're working towards some of his calorie burn, some of his cardiovascular conditioning, and just trying to support the MMA work. Nice job. Yep.
I love Bo, he's a great guy. They couldn't have hired a better person for a head of strength conditioning. He's one of the best in his field at what he does.
Take your time, get a nice stretch at the top.
If you can make it fun and be grateful that you have someone next to you that cares about you and is pushing you every day, it's just amazing.
3 reps of 3, 2, 1. So it's gonna be 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds. The first 30, a real slow run, very slow jog. The next 20, we're gonna pick the speed up a little bit. The last 10, we're gonna get into a little bit of a sprint. Joe, you ready? Nice slow run, good controlled jog, get used to the treadmill. Fast, fast, fast. Joe's really well-rounded, so we use a lot of variety of cardiovascular equipment. So this point in the camp with the flyweights, being able to stay light on our feet was pretty critical, so we do run a little bit more. 10 seconds. The assault's nice because you can auto-regulate your speed. I can get up into a very high level of speed, stay on the belt and slow my gait down and get back down into a low level of speed, similar as if I was working around a 400-meter track. The demand of flyweights in a regular undercard bout is almost 15 minutes. So knowing that demand, those guys already kind of know just from the lineage of the sport that they have to have the capacity to go that type of distance. Joe, by far, his biggest strength is recoverability. In these intervals we were doing today with the 30 on, 30 off, he was recovering roughly about 35% of his heart rate that he was getting up to in less than 30 seconds. Push, 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 push.
The air runner feels cooler when you run on it because you're actually running yourself. The higher you get up on the curve, the faster you run. On a regular treadmill, a motor's basically moving and you're just picking up your feet to stay with it. On this one, you don't have to pull the ground with you. It's like you're running on the ground.
Looking good.
We finished off with some spike ball because, once again, we like to have fun and it's so competitive. Ah! The best part of my day is getting home and opening my door because my dog's been waiting all day. Benny, hey, Bubba. There you go. Come here. My life outside of the PI, very simple. My dog Benny and my wife is Megan O'Levy. She goes to more of the fights than I do. Oh Ben, come here. Is that your mama? She's an incredible cook. I had a thing with the PI the other day about nutrition, and they were basically like, oh, Megan seems like she's doing really good anyway. Just, you know, keep eating these balanced meals. Every fight feels good, but I think the first fights, a title was always such a object. You know, it wasn't as much about the process. 8 years later, I just look at it different now, and I don't feel like I need it. I get this and I'm just like, well, that's great. But it's not something you need, but you obviously want it. The first flyweight title I ever lost, I thought it was gonna be the end of my life. And I went backstage and everything was still the same, and people loved me, and then a week later they still supported me. And so once I realized that and just able to let go and just enjoy the process and crave the moments and everything it brings, it's not anything to be obsessed about as much as people make it out to be, or I made it out to be. But every fight is obviously important in this sport. You do all you can and then you have a chance of winning anyway. So every day right now, I'm giving myself a chance to win. I think I'm gonna win every single fight.